What is up, YouTube? Welcome back into Endwalker's 6.1 patch gameplay and react. My name is Jake Parker, and this is going to be the next mission number 5, MSQ number 5. Let's get it. All right, so we just finished off All Zadal's Legacy. You can see over here that there is a void portal that we have opened at the end of the dungeon. So we are going to begin the next mission. This is called Brother's Grief, or A Brother's Grief, and you get it from Y'shtola immediately after finishing the dungeon. And the location of that is X13.0. Y9.7 in Weaver's Warding is what it's called. So that's going to be right inside the dungeon here in Il Savard. So let's go ahead and click on it. A Brother's Grief. Y'shtola is appraising the Void Gate with a scholarly eye. Let's get into it. Oh man, they're just dazed in thought right now.
I am deathly curious to know how a Void Gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
She has some history of them.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory.
I love his accent.
An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Merasidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors.
Okay. Lot more lore, let's go.
Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities.
Not like we haven't had issues with that in the past. No, what could possibly go wrong?
In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void.
Oh, let's go.
Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death.
It said lost, but he said death.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
I think he did see it happen, chat.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land.
Well, Tiamat is a dragon.
Along with my sibling, Ashdaya.
Ashdaya.
We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble.
Final gamble, huh?
She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength.
Is that the Crystal Tower in the background?
I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her. And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
So he has family lost inside the Void Gate.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
You probably wouldn't at that point. I don't think that they would have written it down, honestly.
To Alagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya.
I think we're gonna see Ashdaya. That'd be great.
I could search no more, until Alag was dust, and the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
Can't beat that logic.
My discovery came before Radzat was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn.
Just advancement in turn. He couldn't access the rift or do anything with it until he was going through and establishing generations of people that were able to do it for him or help him and assist him in doing it with him. So that's a lonely life. Wow.
Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
You said it was over.
With hope in my heart, I used the simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her.
I would say don't lose hope. I think we still
What I
could.
found was a host of void scent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
Yeah, I'm
The gate
really
was a
thinking
threat
though.
to your people.
Seriously.
You had to decide between endangering Razathan and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
'Twas
That's
not
a hard
that thy
choice to
sibling
make.
scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void.
I feel like we're going to end up in the void
You've
at some
seen
point.
this phenomenon
I think we're
before,
going to end up in there.
when we
That'd be
stepped
great.
into the darkness.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We did that once before, huh?
As did I. Were it not for Une and Doga, or Nero for that matter, we might never have made it home. Do you remember what happened to Nero? How his wounds allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether? Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the First Brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one
There
can
you go.
conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
There you go. I think he's going to want to do it.
As it may,
I think
it
he
is
wants
too
to do
late
it.
to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late.
I think it's still possible.
And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection.
Countless others.
So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course.
Yep, close it. Get it closed. Close it now. Get it.
I wish only to forget the rest.
So we know he has it's kind of like he's keeping it like a pet. So we accepted the quest. Stock to Ishtola, the first brute has been added to the Unending Codex. Okay. So they managed not only to expand the fissure, but also manipulate it as one might a gate. Astonishing. Is there any chance I could learn more of how this feat was accomplished? I will tell you what I can. First, however, I must return to the High Crucible and arrange to replace the Guardians. You so handily destroyed. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. It will not do to leave the gate undefended. I'm sorry. My apologies. We are perhaps a touch zealous in our rush to uncover the vault's secrets. If the constructs can be repaired, we'd be happy to offer our assistance. That will not be necessary. Much as I retain spare vessels for myself, we keep duplicate guardians on hand for such eventualities. In any case, we should return to Razathan. Okay. We're going to end up just warping out to Razathan anyway, so let's just go ahead and get that done. All right, so we just warp back over. We need to run all the way over to the High Crucible of Kamiya. And by that, I mean actually run. Apparently, we're going to come into this part right here. All right, so there's a ton of people in this area. Varshan. Let's talk to Varshan. I promise we will discuss the Void Gate further, but first I must attend to the matter of the Vault Sentinels. Sorry, my bad. Didn't mean to destroy your stuff there. Sorry. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Capiculu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage and see that it is conveyed to its post along with some few lesser constructs. Was it tomb robbers? Fiends born of the Tower of Zot? By the sisters, do not tell me the blasphemy yet roams free! Oops. My bad. Sorry, we didn't mean it. Why such guilty faces? Surely it isn't you who are responsible for this. Oh. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. He's like, well, you guys saved our life, so we'll just call this an eye for an eye and be done with it, you know? Just be done with it. It's fine. And with that, the vault will soon be secure once more, and I believe you had questions. Quite a few, in fact, but I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It is still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemy forged lock and warded it with my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. That said, in its current state, it would admit only the lowliest of void sent, and from this side, no man would be able to pass through. No man. I should think Alphina would fit given a firm enough push. Oh my god. Physical size has only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. And yet you succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and extending your simulacrum to the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemist. I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. By the process it long had since forgotten, when I had given up searching for Ajdaya, there was no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus has the gate lain dormant for years uncounted. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to be covenant made with a cloud of darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void sent, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death. In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the bounty gate. Mayhap you could resume the search for your sister. As I have already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now. I had meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? It was Solistinian's idea. As you have seen, the fabulous wealth from the stories is quite real. It's not rumored origin, but I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little. But the time has come for to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. And we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? Stola's got something on her mind. Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I will make no attempt to open it, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that you can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. I mean, this is one of those things you could probably say no, though. You are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. Oh, dear God. But that I could join thee in thy study. The Lotbrits will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave. And I must be off to Sharlayan as well. Mistress Crow will be eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the annex as soon as you are able. Farewell for now. It's like Lord of the Rings. The Fellowship is broken. We can discuss my findings once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. Bye, Stola! Just like that. Our people are gone. Our people are gone. Undertake the Chronicles of New Era myth in the realm. Speak with a fresh-faced student at the Baldessian Annex to accept the first quest. Mists of the Realm. Okay. And it looks like we're going to talk to Varshan. Difficult part in all this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Will you lend me your assistance in these deliberations? Of course. Thank you, Jake. Jake and I are in this together. I will follow his example. Love it. That is going to be the end of A Brother's Grief. That was crazy. Like, learning that the dungeon has a hidden planar fissure that's going to allow us to go to the Void Sand. Like, that's nuts. But of course, you're only going to know that if you guys are watching this right now or playing it for yourself. But guys, that is going to be the end of mission number 5, A Brother's Grief, for the Endwalker 6.1 patch for the MSQ. Guys, thank you so much again for watching. I am live on Twitch at Jake Parker Live. Please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit those notifications. It'll let you know when my next video will be coming out, which will be very soon. Thank you guys again. Hit that community Discord link in the description as well. Join the community. And as always, thank you for being the reason I get to do what I do. Without you guys, I couldn't do it. Until the next video, guys, game on.